Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some energizing standing yoga flows, inhaling our arms up overhead to start, and exhaling our hands to heart center. Inhaling with our breath moving upwards, exhaling our energy down to our hearts. Let's take a few moments here and just find our breath, linking our breath and our movement, finding fluidity, grounding down through our feet, drawing up energy and strength from the earth. Just finding our own flow here. Moving, sensing our body, maybe noticing any areas we want to focus on. Coming into some gentle side stretches, lengthening through our side body, gentle lateral flexion. We want to focus more so on lifting straight up with the arm that's lifted and reaching down towards the ground with our opposite fingertips. We don't need any sort of drastic bend here. This is more so about opening up and creating space through our rib cage, the side of our body. Breathing deep. Maybe placing a hand on the side of our rib cage to feel that expansion. Switching sides, and again, maybe even feeling into that rib cage. Don't mind my dog, she's making some cameos in this video today. It's just such a beautiful spring day. It's nice to get outside and just kind of enjoy ourselves. We'll come back to center. We're going to use a chair for part of our flow today, just to be mindful of any blood pressure issues and that we don't want to be hyperextending through our knees or our legs. Coming into some modified sun salutations, inhaling our arms up overhead, and exhaling modified forward fold. Inhaling nice and tall. And exhaling, modified forward fold. On our next exhale, sweeping back down. And just getting a good sense of where we feel good here. So we can place hands on our hips. Modified chair flow. Using the chair in front of us for support. Maybe our hips or legs. Just gauging how much of a bend we want in our knee. I'm being very mindful of my ACL and my knee today. Trying to bring some strength and endurance, but we don't want to go too far. We can always use the chair as well if we need any extra support. Stepping back into a modified flow here. This is a beautiful option. Flight of the bird. Stepping back into a modified lunge, opening up, gentle chest opener. We have a few options for our arms here, especially if we have any issues with blood pressure. We might not want our arms too high. I'll be demonstrating some versions with my arms a little bit lower. More of a long step and a wider lunge is definitely possible. And you can open your chest and look up as much or as little as you feel like it. It also challenges our balance a little bit when we change our drishti or our focus point by possibly looking up, changing that positioning through our upper back and our neck. This is a gentle way to work some chest openers into our practice. We're also getting a little bit of cardio. Again, building that endurance and that strength. But the poses are very gentle. We can speed them up or slow them down. We can modify. Being mindful to not hyperextend through that back leg or through our legs really at all through this practice. And again, some sun salutations here. Using the chair for balance, we can maybe use the arms or the back even of the chair if we don't want to come down as low. I'll modify some options using the arms of the chair and the seat of the chair. Just feeling out my body today with this injury and with some of my chronic health issues. I want to see where my body feels good today. Sometimes I want to keep my head above my heart my whole practice with no inversions. but sometimes we might feel okay to come a little lower. Let's step back to a modified downward dog. Still getting that nice stretch. Inhaling to a modified plank. Back. Let's step in. Taking our time here. We're just feeling what's going to be okay for our body in these sun salutations. Maybe this is the first time we've practiced yoga in a while, or the first time ever. This is supposed to be a very gentle introductory flow, moving with our inhale and exhale, coming back down. Forward fold. However low we feel good today. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, stepping back, downward dog. Lengthening through our spine. We're feeling a stretch through our hamstrings, our low back. Mindful not to hyperextend. Forward to our plank. Maybe a modified upward dog. Dropping our hips and opening our chest. And back to downward dog. Let's step forward. When we're ready, slowly working our way up to standing, inhaling arms tall, and exhaling heart center. I'm going to switch the chair here just so you guys can see it's okay to be working with any sort of injury. Right now I have a knee brace on. If you have hypermobility or anything, here's some options. Inhaling up and exhaling, coming down. Being mindful to keep that micro bend in the knee. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down to forward fold. Inhale, flat back, step back to a modified plank. And our downward dog. Again, keeping that micro bend through our knee this whole practice. Inhale, take a little mini chaturanga here, like a push-up. And coming forward to our upward dog. This may or may not be accessible, that's okay. We can hold in plank. And exhaling to downward dog. Step forward, nice and slow. Modified forward fold. Flat back to regulate our blood pressure. Very slowly coming up with a flat back. Inhaling upward salute. I like to add a little back bend there and a chest opener. It feels good for me. It might not for you, and that's okay. When we're ready, back down into our forward fold. Moving with our breath if we can. If we need breaks, that's fine. Just giving us a few options and variations. Sun salutations are a great way to build strength and endurance. Getting our cardiovascular endurance up. Getting our heart rate elevated, and really building some strength. Downward dog. Notice very gentle here. We're still getting the benefits of sun salutations, but we have so many options to make this practice accessible for anybody, any sort of chronic illness or pain, whatever we're dealing with. Our bodies are here to support us. Be so grateful that we still have the ability to move and feel. Just meeting whatever our pose and expression feels good. As you see, sometimes I take a moment and pause before coming to a downward dog or shifting forward very slowly. That chaturanga feels great to build that upper body strength. Inhaling upward dog and exhaling downward dog. Stepping forward. Using the chair maybe to regulate our blood pressure as we slowly come up to stop us from getting dizzy or disoriented. And take some breaths here when we need it to regulate. Did a lot of work. Beautiful. Come to a nice wide leg stance. Then we're going to turn so that our right foot is open out to the side and our left foot stays at a 90-degree angle into a warrior pose. We might want to have a wider stance in our legs. You don't have to line up your heel in the arch of your foot like traditional yoga. It might feel good to have more openness here. Our hips are towards that front leg, bending gently through the right knee, just as much as it feels good. And those arms, I'm modeling any position for arms overhead, to the side, heart center, on our hips. Warrior one, feeling strong in our warrior. Nice deep breaths here. Feeling strength, feeling connection and grounding in the earth. Our focus is strong. Inhaling open to warrior two, so our hips are going to angle to the front. We're going to have our arms out long if it feels good. You can always put your hands anywhere that feels good today. Just being mindful with blood pressure. Sometimes we need that break. Having our arms out might be a little difficult. My puppy's having so much fun being in this video today. Nice deep breaths. We're going to take that right hand, palm facing up, lift it up to the sky, reverse warrior. Left hand comes to our hip for support. We can even place that hand on our head. Sometimes if my arm feels like tingly or blood pressure becomes dysregulated, I need that break. Switching sides, so right hand comes to right thigh or hip, left hand comes up. So this is a modified side angle. You can even have that hand on your hip here. But side angle can be a difficult pose, and this is a good modification. Back to warrior 2. Oh, Chloe likes to be center of attention. Warrior 1. Taking a moment here, I'll pet my puppy. It's always good to have a smile in your day. And we're going to get ready to switch sides. So coming back to center, and this time left toes are going to face out to the side and right toes at 90 degrees. I'm just adjusting so you can still see my legs. My dog is just so excited to have the springtime. Inhaling up to warrior 1. Beautiful, strong, wherever our hands feel good. Just making sure those hips are squared over the left foot this time, towards the left side. Keeping a micro bend even in the back knee. A little bit more of a bend and a lunge through the front knee. Breathing really deeply here, just feeling our strength, like a warrior with a focus. Focus on healing, strength, endurance, and vitality. Let's inhale, shifting to the warrior 2, keeping the bend in our left knee, but our hips are faced forward here. Our arms extend out. Feeling our strength. Feeling the duality of our fingertips, feeling that they're being pulled in both directions and creating space and expansion. Nice deep breath. Inhaling reverse warrior, left hand comes up overhead, right hand to our hip for support. Again, wherever that hand feels good. Just breathing deep, feeling that expansion through our side body, through our ribs. Gentle lateral flexion. And back to warrior 2 and side angle. Left hand to our thigh or hip, right hand can go overhead, to the hip, wherever it feels good. Again, just the theme of the day is listen to your body. You can make any of these poses accessible to exactly what you need, and you're still doing yoga. You are a yogi, you are a strong warrior here. Coming back up to warrior 2. Warrior 1. And let's come back just to regular standing. Let's regulate ourselves for a moment here. Maybe just march our feet a little bit. Come out to a wide stance. We're going to do a little more of a flow, moonflowers and sunflowers. Wide squat, toes pointed out to the side, however that feels comfortable. Exhaling, sweep our hands down in sunflower and up overhead. And then moonflower, just bending our elbows with our squat. Inhaling up. And sunflower, sweeping down like we're bringing the sun to the ground and then back up. We're going to take a moment here just to align through our knees. Remember that if we're doing gentle pliés, just like in a ballet class almost, so our knees are tracking out over our toes, or toes are pointed out towards the corners. We're going to keep a nice flat back if we can, or just kind of gentle extension through our spine. We don't have to do any sort of flexion or any sort of reaching down. We don't need to have that head below the heart at any time. Again, better for regulating our blood pressure, but getting our heart pumping. So alternating sunflowers, sweeping the sun down and back up, drawing a big circle with our hands. And then moonflowers, just a nice openness, gentle chest expansion with our breath, one movement if it feels good. We could also go a little bit slower or faster. Using that breath. This flow was designed to feel like we're bringing the moon and the sun down from the sky, drawing that energy into our bodies, into our hearts. Duality of the masculine and feminine energies, the moon and sun, hot and cold, darkness and light. Taking that breath whenever we're ready to center. We're going to grab our chair again here. We're going to come down into some seated poses. We don't want to do any balance today just because if we're working with a knee injury, we don't want to focus on that. Oh, my dog is so happy to be in this video. I don't even want to edit her out because she is just having such a fun time being the star of the show. So we're going to come to the edge of our seat. And this would be a really cool place to do some seated cat-cows. So spinal extension and gentle flexion. Opening up through our chest, arching our spine, and maybe rounding gently. And this is a great way to get very gentle extension and flexion, especially if we have a back injury and we want to just have a safe way to accomplish this. We also don't want to do that kneeling cat-cow if we have a knee injury. Here's a very gentle chest expansion. With some extension through our spine, we can place our hands on the back of the chair, on the arms of the chair, even gently gazing up. Full articulation through our spine, maybe even having our hands on the seat of the chair, almost like a modified camel pose. Just allowing again for our heart to shine forward, maybe gently gazing upwards here. Allowing deep breath through our heart center. Gentle twist. Lifting up nice and tall before we begin to articulate our twist. Starting the twist at the base of the spine, through our rib cage, and finally gently looking behind our shoulder with our neck. Just bringing in a new awareness to our bodies, just coming as far as it feels comfortable and accessible today. When we're ready, slowly untwisting. Just as slowly as we came in, we come out and we switch sides. Feeling any new sensations that come up. Just allowing our body to come into the pose in the way that feels perfect for us. Coming back to center. This might be a good opportunity to add in any kind of PT exercises that we're working on. We're already sitting here. We have some time. Just doing some gentle leg extensions here, trying to regain some strength in my quadriceps. I just wanted to model that you can incorporate that into your yoga practice. You can use that beautiful healing energy and positivity that you've created, warming up through your body, and add in anything that you're working on today. You could even pause the video here and add in some different exercises that maybe you're really focusing on. Always remembering to smile. Take a pause when you need it. I'm pausing here just to pet my dog, and again, I thought she could brighten everyone's day, so I'm leaving her in here for now. This is Chloe. She is 12 or 13 and going strong. Let's take a moment here. We can do some gentle neck rolls if it feels accessible. Just getting different motions in through our neck. Enjoying our sensations here. Noticing any areas of our body where there's any stiffness before our final relaxation. Just taking some time to work out any of those kinks. When we're ready, sitting back in our chair, finding just a comfortable position wherever we are. I'm going to open my palms up to the sky here for my final relaxation. Just feeling like I'm allowing whatever the universe is offering me. I'm opening my hands for that. You could also place hands on chest and belly to feel where your breath is settling in your body today. I love open palms, just receptive and open to the universe. The energy of the sun, the wind, the elements, everything around us. Final relaxation. Beautiful deep breaths. You've come so far today in your practice. Allow yourself to just be proud of everything you can do, everything that you persevere and push through every day. Having gratitude that even though we all face struggles, we really can enjoy our body and our lives. Don't mind my camera work here. I wanted to show you some of the beautiful flowers in my garden. So if you want to open your eyes, you can definitely enjoy some nature scenes here at the end, or Keep your eyes closed, just focusing on breath. How lucky are we to live in such a beautiful universe? The spring, where everything wakes up and is fresh and new, can teach us so much about how, after a long winter, where everything is hibernating and just so dark and bare, there's always an opportunity for new growth, resilience, a fresh start. The sunshine warming up through the soil and waking up all of these hidden seeds, all of this opportunity. It's how our bodies are, right? We need to give them nourishment and sunshine and good food and water and fresh air every day. How often do we overlook this? And the movement, right? Just allowing for movement, getting our lymphatic fluid and our synovial fluid in our joints, our lymphatic system for our immune system, and just allowing everything in our body to always have some sort of refreshment. We need to balance rest, which is so very important, but also awakening. Movement, warmth, hugging our bodies maybe gently here. Just enjoying fresh perspectives. Healing, breathing in this beautiful air around us, holding it in our hearts and transforming it with beautiful white light from the sun radiating down through our crown of our head into our hearts and lighting up through all of our chakras in our spine. When we exhale, let's release some healing energy to the world around us, holding some space and compassion for ourselves and the world. Thank you so much for joining me today. May the goodness and light within me always honor the goodness and light within you. Namaste.